I know you have a unique bond with your Polish fans, and you even described Poland as your second home. What makes you feel this way?
I think the thing about young people in Poland, you guys, you genuinely are so full of passion and fight, because it's so hard to express yourself in terms of sexuality, in terms of the right to your body here. Yet you guys do it. And I think ever since the first time I came here, I wanted to signify that I will fight with you, not just on the times I'm here, not just tonight, but every single day of the year. I think you have a beauty and you have a passion that is unmatched, and I never forget that. And I adore playing shows in Poland. I adore being part of Polish youth culture. It's important to me.
I think your music speaks to people because it's rebellious.
Yeah.
And we are angry.
I
We
am.
are fed up with what's going on in government, especially LGBT community, and women have a reason to scream, and they scream on streets. And your music helps, I think. And what do you think? Do young people can change the world?
Absolutely. I genuinely believe our generation is going to implement the way the next century and so on is going to run. I believe we have power now because of what the internet has provided us. People say, oh, well, previous generations had the same amount of passion, the same amount of love, but they didn't have the internet. Governments, officials, media could cover up voices. Your voice cannot be covered up anymore. And what I would say to any tyranny out there, any politician who is trying to grapple and hold on to a world that they think is right, this generation will win in the end, because we will outlive you. And no matter how long you decide to oppress people for their sexuality, the rights to their bodies, you will lose. You will absolutely lose, because it's rooted in our generation. The difference between our generation is we are so full up with love. We have the power of the internet, and we have unity, and we are united in our morals, in our identity, and in our way of thinking. And you will not win. And isn't that exciting? Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
Isn't that beautiful, you know?
So you think in 2022 all artists should be engaged in politics?
Dude, I think the thing about it is, I think a lot of pop music says something and says nothing at all. And I'm not here to do that. I won't speak for anybody else, but it is time for people to get out and fight and speak out for what is right. Don't hide behind a brand. Don't hide behind a publicist. Research. Look at people and use your platform to make a change. Genuinely, that's why I started this thing. I started Yungblud. Yungblud isn't me. It's not me as it appears. It's me, it's you, it's all of us. It's an idea, it's an invitation to go out and try your very best to be who you are, and encourage others that it's beautiful to be individual. It is beautiful to be independent. It is beautiful to be gay. It is beautiful to be trans. It is beautiful to be non-binary. It is beautiful to fight for the rights of women in Poland right now. It's important, and we have to do it.
You know what's our political situation in Poland right now? If you have 5 minutes one-on-one with Polish president, what would you say to him?
I would say to him, you need to listen to the people you're supposedly governing, because you are inflicting pain. And why restrict someone simply being who they are? Why would you do that? What power does that give you? What good does that provide to the world? I think a lot of people, when they talk to me and say, what would you say to your fan base? I wouldn't say anything. I would listen. And I suggest you should listen to your people. And you should listen to the young people of Poland. You should listen to what is going on, because I'm sorry, it's going to happen anyway. But wouldn't it be better that you be a part of that and to fight? Because what are you fighting for? You're not fighting about losing power. You're fighting for love, and you're fighting for acceptance.
I really admire that you speak loud about mental health and how important it is. But being a rock star, modern rock star, how to be stable, how to be healthy? Because I imagine it's not easy.
It's pretty it's the balance of rock and roll and responsibility is something that Yungblud, the scales do this, and sometimes they outweigh each other both ways. Sometimes I'm too rock and roll. Sometimes I'm too responsible. You know what I'm saying? I think, but that's Yungblud. You know what I mean? I think with it all, like, I fight for people's heads. I fight for people's independence, but I think I fight for the heart more. You know, and I love it. I think, as I say, there are good days and there are bad days, because I'm fighting the world, and the world will always win. But if I get a couple punches in here and there, then I'm happy.
And what fame has to do with it?
I think fame is such an interesting adjective, because I never wanted to be on a pedestal. I never want to be above anybody. I think the thing about Yungblud, it's not a famous rock star. I am with a generation singing and fighting for a reason. You know what I mean? That's the point. I never wanted to be elevated. I mean, somehow I am. But I want to signify that it's not about me. This thing is not about me. It's about that name being something that I turn to, something that you turn to for support, a shield, a community.
It is great because you have a platform now, right?
That's the thing. As I say, like with as this thing gets bigger and bigger and bigger, we help more people.
I've read that you felt suicidal when you were 13.
Yeah.
What gave you strength, and what gives you strength now?
I think the thing about it is, I spent a lot of time in my imagination. And people say, like, you can't have those dark thoughts that young. I would say to any parents out there, or to any young people feeling like that, it is okay, it is normal to feel like that. And I think I turned to David Bowie, I turned to Lady Gaga for answers. And then as I grew up and got a little bit older, I said to myself, I want to be there for people how they were there, how those artists were there for me. And I just want to say,
that's a big responsibility.
Yeah, I think it helps me when people come up to me and say things like, "Oh, you saved my life, you got me through." I go, "No, I didn't. You saved your own life. You had to find the strength somewhere. Maybe I was just a soundtrack to it." I think with this, it's such a mutual existence. The fact that I get to walk out to 4,500 people who feel exactly like I do keeps me alive. And maybe they feel like the fact that they get to be around. As I say, when people come and see this show, it's not about coming to see me. It's about coming to see each other and going, I'm a part of something. I'm a part of something bigger than I was this morning when I left my house. I come to this show and I see 4,500 people here tonight who are exactly like me, who feel like I do, who have probably experienced pain, tribulation, and trial like I have. But it's all right, because I'm not lonely in the way I feel anymore. And I can connect and I can relate to these people.
And we are together in this.
We are together in this loneliness. We are together in this relation. I'm really excited for tonight. I'm honoured to be back here, and I will come here for the rest of my life. I will never miss this stop.